So the problem, or the situation I should say, is it's very easy to just be like, oh my god, dude, why are they whitewashing Motoko in Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson? I don't understand. And the problem here is that, well, let's say this film cost $100 million to produce, right? To make it look like how the anime depicts it in real life. You know, tons of CGI, all that good stuff, right? The problem is the production company's gonna be all like, look, this is really risky to go for. Normies aren't gonna get an anime or Ghost in the Shell. What they want is they want bankable assets. So that's usually why you adapt property, right? But they're like, okay, look, if we put a bankable star, you know, Scarlett Johansson, of everything, of Lucy, of the Avengers, of everything, then it's like, okay, well, I can justify the risks of adapting an anime or a manga or a Japanese production for an American audience by having a bankable star in the lead. For example here, if they didn't whitewash, or, you know, the whitewash accusations, if they didn't whitewash, have Scarlett Johansson on there, and, you know, had some mostly unknown, I don't know, Japanese, American, or just Japanese actress, period, on there, she won't be as known, and there won't be those Scarlett Johansson recognition audience members already automatically tapped, and it would reflect with a lower budget overall, less CGI, and it'd be like a poverty adaptation Ghost in the Shell ultimately, right? If even, might even have more things changed to make it further in other undesired ways, marketed and produced for an American audience in mind. So you might be getting the most loyal thing you can get out of this by having Scarlett Johansson as Motoko. Maybe. I don't know, we can't say until it comes out. We know ourselves to see it and whatnot. But that's usually how you have to view it. It's like, it got a $100 million budget greenlit because of a bankable star in there. If she wasn't in there, then it would be that much less of a budget, probably approved. So now, when you're asking, the question was, what anime would survive an American adaptation? I don't know. It's tough to say. The best way to compare it is to look at the comic book movie boom of the early 2000s. Shit like Logan, or even Guardians of the Galaxy, or like that would, like, an R-rated Wolverine loyal gory fuckfest, awesome gory fuckfest, wouldn't happen until we get to this point now, where Avengers 1 made 1.5 billion worldwide, Avengers 2 made 1.2 billion worldwide. You know, Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, C-tier heroes with Black Lagoon easy, debated. I think it's the Private Gamer. You know, all these comic book adaptation movies are just showing, you know, that Deadpool, you know, loyal, hate it or love it, you know, whatever, but Deadpool, R-rated, did make 700 million plus worldwide when it was released. So the confidence in a loyal adaptation, when it's done correctly and respected, is starting to show now. It seems like a phenomenal new thing that I guess some of the producers and all the screen testing people who just love doing that kind of thing are getting now. Oh Lord, if we respect the material, maybe the fan base will actually give a positive word of mouth, and then the movie will be good and it'll make money. Who the fuck knew that could happen? In time, maybe they'll get that. As more people are becoming, you know, getting into geek culture, if you will. Remember, geek and nerd are not the same thing. So more people are becoming geeks now, and it's able to they're able to digest that way further. So. And I feel it's not really a case of what anime could survive an American production for an American audience. It's more that as things get further, possibly whenever the superhero bubble bursts a little bit from the saturation of all the heroes, maybe at that point, fantasy filmmaking or whatever, or blockbuster making, will just transition over to that. To an extent, you're already kind of seeing that now, in that there used to be a big fascination with just CGI. It's still kind of an extent there right now with, I'm sorry, I'm getting on a big rant now, but you're seeing that to a big extent with I'm sorry, here I was gonna say CGI it was a big deal. With Transformers 1 in '07, going onward now toward 3 and 4, and I think 5, or at least 4 for sure, made over $1 billion worldwide. Transformers 4, China loves CGI, and comparatively, you're seeing a transition now where Star Wars Episode 7, Force Awakens, was like bragging about practical effects. We're toning down the CGI reliance. We're making it more practical and whatnot. And even to an extent, films like Mad Max Fury Road that had a lot of CGI in it, but it was done so well that you couldn't even tell what was and what wasn't. We're getting to that point where things like, to an extent, the things like Jurassic World, you're like, oh, I know everything. I know that the big fish thing is fake. You can immediately call out what it is, and there's not. You're seeing that's going to play now. So maybe whenever the CGI oversaturation happens, and maybe there's more fascination with the concepts of the fantasies depicted, more so than just their visual iteration, things will get better. But either way, I have hope for in the future. I think by like 2030, you'll see. I do feel that Ghost in the Shell would be a better film done at a later time, as superhero boom matures further into more adaptations of loyal properties, getting there with the audience potential. But we'll see what happens here, though. It doesn't look super terrible, I'll give it that. But I do think that Ghost in the Shell is a very ambitious thing to adapt. It's a lot to cover in even a 2-hour film. So how far they can really go, we'll have to see. I think it's going to be like it's going to be like diet, caffeine-free, flavorless Coca-Cola, no sugar. It's going to be like really, really nowhere near the feels you get from any of the other shows of it altogether. But it won't be, I don't think it's going to be abysmal, hot garbage, flaming trash like Last Airbender from M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong, or Dragon Ball Evolution, if you forgot that existed. So things are going in the right direction, I feel, but in time it'll get better. So we'll see. There's the long answer I hopefully gave you right there. Ooh, I didn't know that in a while. Flex, baby, coming to a YouTube near you. Fuck you,